So,
So what's up today? What do you want to talk about?
uh, I've decided that I kind of had a problem because I played all the heroes. Let me just lower my volume a bit. Do you hear
Sure.
me well?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, okay. So I picked a pool finally of 5 heroes, six, just for the roles I usually play. It's mid lane, carry, or roamer.
Okay.
And I would like to go in a game with you, and so you can watch me a bit and tell me you're doing this wrong, this sucks, this is terrible, and those kind of things.
Okay, we can do that. So before we do that though, I do want to make it clear that I think live coaching is kind of not good.
Okay.
Like for a couple reasons. One, you can't do live coaching in ranked, so naturally the players are going to be like less good. They're going to be trying less hard, so you're not guaranteed to get a good game. And two, like people tend to play poorly under pressure, like much more poorly than usual. So personally, I think the better method is replay analysis. That being said, if you want to do live coaching, that's totally fine. That's up to you.
I get it, and I agree completely with you, but I hate watching my replays. Like, I almost don't watch the pro people in a replay, and I don't know, it will be hard to find for me a game I believe it's something special or worth it. I know, we can try. I mean, if you think you can watch my games and tell me...
Yeah, I know I can. I know I can. Like,
and we could do that if you want. I don't know if you think some game is interesting.
Yeah,
it's the same for me.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I don't want to waste your money, and there's a really good chance that you're not going to get as much out of the live game as you would from replays. So.
No problem. No problem. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'll share my screen here. Oh, one sec.
Okay.
So you should be able to see what I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got your Dota buff open. All right. So there are like a few questions I want to ask you first. Okay. So this is your first account, right? Like
second one. Second one.
Second one. Okay.
Yeah, the first is at 800 MMR. So yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. How many games did you play on that account? Do you know? Like just a rough estimate is okay.
I believe it's 100 of games, something like that. Maybe less.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fine.
Few games.
Yeah, that's okay. When I see stuff like this, like where you play for a little period or a lot in a certain period, then you start to lose and then you quit. I don't know if this is like from work or school or anything like that, but
yeah, more school. I went on a vacancy and those kind of things, so it depends on my school.
Okay, that's fine.
The social life.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Nothing you can do about that. I just wanted to make sure you weren't like, you didn't quit and then you like came back and got coaching or whatever.
Well, I'm kind of getting tired of this patch, so there's that too. I mean, I want a new patch. This is boring. I can't stand this invoker bullshit anymore.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable. All right. So yeah, what 5 heroes do you want to play? Like what's your hero pool?
I picked the Bounty Hunter, Mirana, Juggernaut, Slark, Zeus, something like that, and OD because I like that hero, and Phantom Lancer.
Okay, those seem relatively fine. To be honest, I'm a little bit concerned about the Slark and the Mirana. Slark is a good hero for sure. Like obviously he's great. He was used in the Shanghai Major, to good success and all that. He's just like pretty challenging, I think. If you've watched my videos, you probably heard me say like at least 1,000,000 times that that I hate or I don't like the idea of playing like really high skill heroes if you're below a certain MMR threshold. I just think that there's so much to be learned from the basics of Dota, like just by playing easy heroes like Jug and Zeus, like the ones you listed. I would prefer my advice to you would be to cut those heroes out and just replace them with easier heroes. But by all means, if you enjoy playing them, then that's fine too. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand too much the pretty straightforward heroes like Sven. I get it. It's a powerful hero, but it kind of gets boring after a bit.
Yeah, it's not just that he's a powerful hero though. It's that like playing Sven teaches you how to farm relatively well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just about playing OP heroes. Yeah. Like I tell people to play Centaur if they play offlane, and Centaur is like not the best hero in the world, but he's a good hero for learning offlane on. So that's my 2 cents anyway.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. So why don't we jump into a replay? I'd want to do something that's ranked. Okay. So let's do one of the heroes that you said you wanted to play. Okay. Was this game good? Like the last one that you played?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
So get open. The first thing that jumps out is that you built the Battle Fury on Bounty Hunter. Were you playing it support bounty?
No. I built it like at 50 minutes or something because they had mega creeps and we were like,
oh, okay.
losing, of course. And I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna build a Battle Fury.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine. That's completely different.
For Battle Fury usually.
Yeah, I was worried that you went for like Arcane Boots into Pipe into Battle Fury or something. Like it didn't make any sense. But yeah, no, that's good.
Okay.
All right, so let's jump in.
Yeah, at the beginning I made a mistake. I went for the shield, and I was like, I had to pick something else, but I couldn't remember what, so I picked just the shield. But yeah, of course, the Orb of Venom would have been much better, I believe.
Yeah, when you play Bounty, you definitely like Orb of Venom is the only item that you need, guaranteed. Like, obviously Tangos are really nice too, but yeah, those are more important, I think.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you have another support to buy Courier or whatever, I'm assuming. I don't know who it was. Maybe Techies. Yeah, probably Techies.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah. So that makes your life easy. Ideally, you have some kind of Sentry Wards as well. Like, you buy the Observer Wards, and then the other support buys the Courier and Sentry Wards. And that way you can buy the Obs, a Clarity, Tango, and Orb of Venom as well, and still have money.
Okay.
So that's like the ideal scenario. And that way, if like at the middle lane, is commonly sentried, you can just like put a sentry down and then eat it with the Tango. So yeah, that's generally what you want to do. But the only important thing is that you have an Orb of Venom.
Okay. Yeah, that was a big mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really hampers your ability to kill people. That's just how it is. Okay. So you guys smoked at level 1. Oh, it's Techies. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're watching him. It's fine. Okay. So I like that you're not using Invis here. I think you were like AFK for a second there, but it's okay. But yeah, just because you were smoked, it's good to not waste the cooldown on it, so it's fine.
Okay.
You should be scouting right about now, though. Like, you should basically just like invis, right around here, and then run up and just look around and see what's going on. It's extremely unlikely that they're gonna have a sentry ward down right here, and and be waiting for you. That'd be a really big gamble on their part. But if you run around and scout, you can like look at the opponent teams or the opposing team's items, check what they have, and form your game plan around that. So like here, you can see Death Prophet has sentry wards. Okay, Death Prophet's mid probably, so she's probably gonna go mid, or wait, they have a Zeus as well. Okay, so this is a little weird. I guess it's like support Death Prophet. Jungle Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Okay, well in that case, you would know that their support has sentry wards. This is a little weird, but either way, yeah, it's still good information, right? Like, this is something we need to know.
Yeah, I should watch much more, I guess, what they have.
It
would have helped me later. I realize now that if I knew that Prophet had those sentry wards.
No, for sure. It definitely would. Like, this is a big part of playing Bounty Hunter, is like, yes, Bounty Hunter is good at ganking, but after a certain point, he becomes like less good, and he's really just there for track and like scouting. So being able to click on people and like check their inventories, look around, that's a really important skill to have as Bounty. So yeah, you definitely want to focus on that. Also, I think the Zeus would have died if you guys went on him.
Yeah, if I had an over, yeah.
Yeah. So if you just turn right here and start hitting him, he actually might die anyway. So instead of running away, you just you get the rune and then you immediately turn on Zeus, because he's committing really hard for this, right? Like, he's a very slow hero and he's just running down the hill. So if you just turn right here, get one attack off, then chase him a little bit, get the Shadow Walk trick off. So do you know how to do the Shadow Walk double hit thing, where you go invis and then you attack right away, and then you are invis?
Okay, I get it. No, I have never done that. I never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah. So what you do is you basically use Shadow Walk like when you're right next to somebody and you're about to hit them, and then you attack, and that way like you still go invis, but you also get the bonus damage from Shadow Walk. So and then
the attack animation has to start before I use Shadow Walk, right?
No, other way around. So you have to like think of it as like you would cancel the animation of Shadow Walk with an attack if it was like a spell.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then you can, you go invis, and then you can get another bonus hit. So that's really good in situations like this where you only have a couple seconds to do damage. That's like the highest DPS combo you can do. I level 1 anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is, it sounds silly because like it's one spell. It's not really a combo, but yeah.
It helps, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very useful, and it really makes a big difference if you can apply it. It's also really good in situations like this where like you go invis and then you hit somebody and then you can just invis right away, so you can get 3 hits off actually. It's like if you do that trick, and that's like 3 hits of 30 bonus damage is huge. That's like 90 extra damage, right? Like that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So your first response is to that sucks. Okay. Your first response is to immediately go top, and I think this is actually a pretty big mistake. And mainly because like Zeus is such a vulnerable hero, and like Razor is not. Like it's kind of hard to gank him without an Orb of Venom. That's true. So it might be okay to go top and get Janata, but if you had an Uv, then you should definitely be camping mid. This hero is just much more vulnerable than any other hero. Like you could also mess with Lycan in the jungle, but I don't think that's as good. My Dota crashed. Okay. That sucks. But yeah, either way, like identifying the correct lanes to gank as bounty is like is probably one of the more important things. That in addition to scouting. And usually you can tell just by like, okay, is this hero squishy? Yes. Is he very slow? Yes. Okay, let's kill him. Like that's just how it goes usually. Obviously other things come into play, right? Like defensive supports, TPs, all of those sorts of things, but yeah.
Okay. Was it that a bigger issue that they had like a lot of counters for me? Like they had those like Zlardar and Bloodseeker, so...
yeah, that's true. I mean, you can play around those, right, though? Like,
yeah? Okay.
It's not like they pick those heroes and then you lose, right? Like, you can still play the game.
Okay.
So no worries there. Okay, so sell this. Okay. So you go place a ward. This is actually a really good ward. This is good.
Okay.
Like, you want to see Lycan in the jungle. So I didn't mention this before, but that is really good.
Yeah, I wanted to scout him. I guess that Lycan sooner or later gets low health, so that was the idea.
Yeah, that's good. One small correction, though, is you could place it right here, and then that way you could see people running this way as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would make, like, a little bit of a difference. It's not that useful because, like, they don't really have ganking supports, but you could see people going to Rune at least. And that would be okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, ideally right now you're mid and pressuring the Zeus, but it's okay to be here. You definitely don't want to be doing this, so this is not good. So if you're going to leech XP here, you need to either be invis or in fog. So just like right here. Like in this little tree line here. And the reason being is, like, let's look at their perspective. It's like, let's look at what Zeus sees. Okay. So right now, he just sees Bounty Hunter top. Like, he's just showing on the map. So let's go back like 10 seconds to where you were.
Okay.
So right now, Bounty is showing on the map. If I'm Zeus, I know that Bounty Hunter can only be top, right? Like, I don't have to worry at all.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so like just a very simple correction here by like, sitting in fog. That could really change your game, right?
Yeah, it's a big thing actually.
Yeah, because like you just walking into fog right here, this puts pressure on Zeus. Like maybe if he's really stupid and he's like not looking at anything and he's just like like playing Dota, like doing nothing, then maybe it won't affect him, right? But you gotta assume that people are like looking at the map and stuff. But yeah,
of course.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you understand my point. Okay, so this is like really easy to fix, right? You just like stay out of vision when you're a bounty. Okay, so just laning, it's all fine. Okay, definitely want to leave now that you have, oh, you went Shuriken. Okay, Shuriken's not bad. If you have an Orb of Venom, this is definitely the better build in my opinion. But since you don't have an Orb of Venom, you kind of need the slow from Janata, I think, to gank Zeus.
Okay.
You might be able to kill Lycan here because he's pretty low already. You definitely could kill him if you did the Shadow Walk trick. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna die. Kratos. Yeah. So let's just look to see if we could do anything better. Okay. So one thing that you did incorrectly here, and it might seem nitpicky, but it does matter, is instead of right-clicking on the guy, you should like path directly to where you think he's gonna go. So in this case, like you right-click on him, and that makes your hero chase him, right? But it's not a direct path, like it's not direct input. So you're gonna chase him like this. Your pathing is gonna be like this, like it's gonna go up, and then it's gonna follow him up when he goes like this. Whereas like you know he's gonna go up the hill, so you should just go directly from here to here at this point, and that would save you some time, and you would get a hit off like a little bit more quickly. Whereas like here you don't even get a hit off, or you get one like at the very end here, which is really close. So if this guy was higher HP, he would get away probably because you didn't get a hit off in the shuriken. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. I was just wondering if I could really see that he was going there. I mean, it's pretty obvious now. Of course, sure. There's a razor, he needs to go away, but I'm not sure if I would be able in a game just to think, oh my god, what is he doing? He will go there, you know?
Yeah, well, that's certainly valid. You kind of have to, like, think of the situation before it's going to happen, though, like,
yeah.
And it's very easy for me to say this, right? Like, it's, you know, oh, just think of all the possible scenarios. Like, oh, that's so easy. But it's something that you should try to practice because it's extremely valuable. You can't replace that skill. It's just, like, it's so good. So my best advice for this is just, like, when you're in the moment, like, try to slow things down and, like, really think about it. Like, here, like, okay, like you said earlier, Razor is here. So it wouldn't really make sense for Lycan to run this way. So it could be that simple. So like you cut off his path here. Yeah, I think my best advice is just like not overthink things and just like slow them down. Like the game isn't that fast, right? Like this is not like overwhelming speed. You know, you don't have to have insane reaction time or anything like that. So definitely yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but either way, I think you understand my point.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, excellent. So what was on the courier here? Nothing. Wait, what? Oh, I guess it was his Aquila. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. But yeah, you get the kill on Lycan, so that's good. Could have been a little bit more clean, but it's all good. No worries there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and you immediately look for Lycan again. This is good. You actually are going to kill him here, I think.
No, I'm not.
Oh, really? Okay. Wait, how much HP does he have? He has 290. Okay.
Yeah, I made a terrible mistake. I was thinking like...
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, that's
I'm gonna wait for him to,
yeah.
to lose some HP.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh my god, he sees me.
Yeah.
So he's faster and he gets away.
That's pretty silly. You're certainly not the first person to have ever done that, though. Like, that is a very common mistake, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah. I must say I'm new to the bounty hunter, and I usually play almost always mid lane and carry, but I'm trying to improve there. So yeah. Yeah,
no, I mean that's the best way to improve is to play. So
yeah.
Don't feel bad. I do think you could have killed him just like by doing the Shadow Walk trick though. It was working out to be good timing for it, and Shuriken does 225 damage, so he probably could have died before going to this camp, but it's okay.
Yeah, I must practice this Shadow Walk thing. I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really quite good. It's surprising how effective it is. Okay.
I gamble.
So let's look at this. Okay, so he starts off, you just harass DP. From here, you get information that she has a sentry, right? Like, there's no other way for this, so that's fine. You don't have to worry too much. You definitely should click on her to see if she has any more. That's really important. That way you can kind of, like, guess where the other sentry is if, you know, there's one is not in her inventory. If I were her, I would have placed it somewhere in lane. You know, that just makes sense. Like, you were laning top beforehand, so, you know, that's kind of... I don't want to say obvious that there's one in lane, but it's likely. You know, just based on what was happening before. So your pathing probably should have been towards the tower in this case. It's really hard to judge this, though. So, yeah. I wouldn't call it like a big mistake, but it's definitely something that like could be prevented if you're accomplice of this.
it would have helped, of course, even knowing at the bounty rune. I mean, she had those sentries.
Right. Yeah. So if one is at, you know, the small camp, then obviously there's only one in lane, so that you don't have to worry about like one certain area of that lane. So yeah. Looks like Puck ends up getting 2 kills here, so that's good. And you also buy the Orb of Venom, so that's excellent. Okay.
Yeah, I finally remember what I was missing.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
Alright. So you go immediately to pressure Zeus, this is good. Okay. This should be a kill. Yeah, he's dead. Oh no, pathing. Okay. So this is another scenario actually where the pathing would have benefited you quite a lot. Okay. So instead of running straight, like you know, this way diagonally, clicking on him, if you cut him off, he's dead, guaranteed.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, that's a huge kill rate. Like just killing this guy would be amazing. Like he's already struggling a little bit, so if you kill him here, it's basically like it's not game over, but it certainly like becomes really hard for this guy. Especially since like other lanes are doing well. But yeah. Okay. So that's a pretty big mistake, but it's okay. Oh, okay, that's even worse. Alright. So I want to say this is like easily correctable, but it's gonna take some practice for sure. Like you know, just cutting people off and like trying to find the optimal path. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I guess that would help a lot, like killing Zeus.
No, yeah, that'd be amazing. I mean, if you kill Zeus, you probably don't die here. But either way, it was like as soon as he gets into the trees here, you guys kind of just have to concede it that he lives, and just take it up to like harass. I'm not really sure what was going on here. I think you might have been a little confused, but
no, I was trying actually to de-aggro myself on a Razor.
Ooh, okay.
And it wasn't working, and I was like, "Fuck this shit! I want to de-aggro." And then I came back. I don't know why.
Yeah. So there's like actually a specific reason. It's because like towers, you can only switch aggro when something is attacking another thing under tower. So like if Razor was hitting the tower, then you could do that and it would work 100%. But because he's running away and he's not attacking anything, you can't de-aggro. Does that make sense? It would be the same with creeps.
Of course. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Stay near.
Okay. So there are a couple things here. The first is that even though Puck is in trouble here, I think it'd be in your best interest to TP a little bit farther back in Invis. Even though like she seems to be in trouble, she's going to get out safely. I think it's tough to say because she coils right away, but I think it would have been better to Invis first and then go in. Basically, like Shadow Walk doesn't give you any bonus movement speed, so you want to take advantage of the damage that it gives, if that makes sense. So when you don't get the hit off, then it becomes a problem. I want to see like if there are any pathing issues, but actually there was. Okay, this is like again, this is really hard, and I don't mean to like nitpick by any means, but I think this is helpful. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So, and this is kind of a reach, but because Puck is orbing right here, like she's about to cast Illusory Orb, there it is.
He's going to go right, of course.
He's going to try to dodge it, or in most cases. I mean, like. He might not even do that. He might just like be stupid and run straight. In which case, you know, you'd be in trouble. But I think it is worth assuming that like because there's a wall here, like a wall of trees, that he's gonna run to the right. And obviously, like this, if it doesn't come naturally to you, you're gonna have to practice and like you know understand pathing and stuff. But I do think this is important because he would have died here if he got another hit off for sure. Like that would have been an Orb of Venom hit. Puck gets another hit off. You know, he has 28 HP right now. So yeah.
But he's an idiot. He dies anyway. I mean, he just comes back to me right
no, for
now.
Sure. Oh wow! Oh my god. Okay. What the fuck? All right. Oh shit. All right.
So, yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, it's good that you stayed, I guess, to check. I don't think you lost anything from that. It's tough. I think like the correct play is to go after Death Prophet right now, but you end up getting a kill on Bloodseeker. But like you said, he was kind of an idiot, but I mean, it's okay for you to stick around, I guess. She's not going anywhere, so. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of a hard kill. I think. No, you can't go for this. I think like I was gonna say you might be able to do the Shadow Walk trick and like keep running and animation canceling, but it's pretty tough because she can just siphon you, so there's probably no killer.
Yeah, yeah. And I was getting a lot of damage from the creeps.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a scenario where you needed to back, so it was a good choice. Okay.
For me, I consider the bottom lane like a lane where I couldn't get any kill, I guess. So
yeah, it's very unlikely.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that much, like, that decision making is really, really good. Like, if you just identify that this lane is unkillable, which he is, right? Unless he's just, like, really stupid. Like, that's really good. Because then you don't have to waste your time down here.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is good. Like, the only scenario that you guys could kill Slardar is if, like, he uses Sprint randomly in lane, and he also uses Slither and Crash randomly. So, like, he has to make 2 mistakes in order for you guys to kill him, in addition to being low enough to do, like, damage and stuff. So this is 100% correct.
Okay.
Usually there's going to be some lane like this, where, like, you just can't gank. So you just focus on the other lanes. Like, you don't want to waste your time down here. So that's really good. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have used that.
It's not bad. Because, like, he's quite low, so he has to go back here. But he probably has to go back anyway.
Yeah, I could have gone for the top lane, assuming that, yeah, again, passing issues, I guess.
Yeah, I think in this case it would have been better to just stay invis and then run up and try to catch him where he's going to go next. Because, like, just look at the movement speeds. He has 345, you have 360. So you'll catch him eventually, but, like, not if you get blocked at all. And in this case, like, you know, yeah. So there are creeps here. So it would take you a long time to catch this guy, even though you run faster. But you can kind of infer that he's going to go to lane. Or if he doesn't go to lane, he's going to, like, run up through jungle, and he's just going to waste a bunch of time. So it would be better to just go through mid here. Yeah. And that would be an easy kill. But it's okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You might.
Radiant's middle tower
pretty close.
is under
Okay.
attack.
I don't think there's anything wrong with going for that. Here you might as well place a ward, though. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower.
So I just want to see if they saw you, because I'm pretty sure they saw you right here, like on the map.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, obviously
tower
they see you
is
here,
under
you're
attack.
under the tower, but there's like a period afterward. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, that's surprising. All right, never mind. You got like a lot closer than I thought you could, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think I was checking, so if I could go there or not, or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. Like, I know you can run in between these two towers. I just thought the true sight area was like much bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Good. But yeah, definitely placing a ward, you know, just behind tower would be great. Then you can see Zeus TP in. You guys know if you can dive or not. That'd be very beneficial.
Dire's middle tower
Also
is under
for some
attack.
queer sniping or something.
Okay, one other thing that I just noticed while watching this is like you spent all this time running up through jungle, which is totally fine. Like you need to be looking around in here, but when you're doing this, you don't need to be looking at your hero. You should be like looking at other heroes and like checking inventories.
Oh, okay.
Doing that sort of thing. Because like it's not like you're gonna just randomly die, right? Like Lycan is not gonna surprise you with like sentry wards and one shot you or anything like that. So definitely you should be looking around and like checking stuff while you're not doing anything.
Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay. Nice results. That sucks. I'm assuming you're just leeching XP here, that's totally fine. You gotta be a little careful though, because you need to be ready to go to fights like this. Okay, I just want to track Razor's movement, see if you could have read this. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what he's doing in here, but I mean.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like. I guess you could have like seen that he was in jungle and like gone to try to help him, but it's so random of a play that I don't think that you had any business being there. I think it's fine. Yeah.
I think I even saw that, but I was like, I can do nothing about that.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything you could have done there. That was just a really weird play. But, you know, whatever. Okay, here since your solo lane's definitely died, then you should definitely go to, like, a lane and just try to get some XP. Definitely, you don't want to give this up. Like, your 6 is really important.
Yeah.
Like, getting it as fast as possible is big. So here you should have gone top rather than going back mid. This might pay off. Like, Zeus might end up TPing mid and you guys dive him or something. But it's still really important that you get your track. So, like, here this would have been, like... Yeah, you would have been really close to level 5 at that point, which is big, right?
Yeah,
But
of course.
you definitely want to prioritize getting levels, if possible. Especially if you find that you're having trouble getting kills. Like, because that's how you scale, is, like, through track, and that's how you help your team.
Radiant's top tower is under Radiant structures are fortified.
Okay. Not pretty
Dire's
close.
middle
It's okay.
tower.
Yeah.
I don't think you can kill this no matter what.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, you definitely can't kill it if you go like this. Okay.
Yeah, it was like, you know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're really bad. Maybe they're just like sitting it at the top of the stairs. It's not bad. I mean, I've seen worse for sure. Like, and this also like segues you into like going top, so it's not horrible. You gotta be careful here though. If they have a sentry ward here, you kind of just die. There's also a chance that he has dust in his inventory or something. So if you didn't check, then it's a mistake.
Yeah, I didn't.
Dire's middle tower is under Dire's middle tower.
This guy could die though, honestly. Like you just need a coil. Okay. Does she have coil actually? She does. Okay. Yeah, she could. He could very easily die if he blood rages. So what you do is you just wait for him to blood rage himself, and then you know, he takes a lot more damage. You just hit him, and he dies.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
assuming Puck goes in as well. But yeah. Okay, pop clarity, good stuff.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
Wow,
top
really?
tower is falling.
Okay. I mean, I think
Yeah.
OD was a little scared here. You guys should just kill a Death Prophet for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, she just dies. Okay, that was silly, but you know, you can't do much about it.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Oh, whatever. I mean, now you guys can pressure the tower since these guys are so low, so it's not horrible. It also looks like you're gonna get a kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Never mind. That's rough. Alright, so there were, yeah. Basically, like, this is a unique scenario because, like, how many games of Bounty Hunter have you played where the support can just turn around and kill your ass? Like it just 1v1 you? Like, that's it's very uncommon.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, something that you can plan for because DP is just, like, such a strong 1v1 hero. So, I mean, I guess if this only applies if you're playing against a core DP, like, you wouldn't actually do this, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. I was thinking, I don't know, I was expecting my team somewhere around, and I was like, oh my god, I'm alone, why am I alone? Like, I was thinking that they were behind me, but obviously they weren't, so
Yeah.
I didn't check the minimap or something, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's definitely important, is, like, just making sure that your people are there. Like, it's one thing to it's one thing to know that your teammates are there, but to assume is pretty unhealthy. You know, you could run into situations like this more commonly. My only advice for this is, like, never neglect looking at the minimap, like you said. It's just, like, constantly be checking yourself and giving yourself updates. It's really important, I think. Alright. So you end up dying. That's not the end of the world. Still kind of stinks, but it's okay.
Yeah, I gained them 100 gold, so yeah.
Let's go for Sobi Mask.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think it's fine. Yeah, it's okay. No worries. I was gonna say you should save for Arcane Boots, but yeah, it's okay. If you had track here, these guys are all dead. Or they're not dead, but you guys have a better chance of getting a kill for sure. Because of basically because of the movement speed and the shuriken bouncing is nice and all that, but yeah. Okay.
I think she ends up dying.
Either way, she should have died a little bit sooner. Number one, well, I guess, like, okay, so the pathing here is different because, like, you don't know where she's gonna go. It's more likely that she's gonna go to tower, but she could juke down, so it's important that you go this way, I think. So that's fine. But here, when you're going for the shuriken, you should wait until you're around this corner and just try to cast it here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because then you can't get fogged, right? Like, she can't just magically fog you out here. But there's a chance you get fogged if you do it, like, when you cast it before, so yeah. Holy shit, you're aggressive. Alright. You should die here, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just overdiving a lot. Like it's good to get kills like that. If you got here, that would be great. But you definitely, like, your job is not to get a ton of kills for your team. It's to, you know, get key kills here and there and get your 6 and just like slowly control the game. It's not to just like, you know, crush people overwhelmingly. So don't feel obligated to chase for kills. It's not a good thing to do usually.
Okay. Okay.
Obviously, if you have track and you can run faster and you can just like bounce a shuriken off creeps or whatever, totally different, right? But yeah, don't feel obligated to go crazy for kills. Okay, this guy should die. Alright, excellent. You get your 6. Okay, you should track right away. Okay. Okay. Yep. Continue to chase. Good. Okay. So there's a couple things here. You don't actually have the mana for track, actually. Never mind. I was gonna say, like...
Yeah, I was checking for that, and because he would have ended up dying, I guess, right?
Yeah. I think it would have been really close. If he was Blood Rage, he definitely dies, but yeah. If you had mana for track and Shuriken, then it would be better to obviously track the Bloodseeker, and then, you know,
yeah.
Then just kill him, but yeah. I think this is fine, though. Like, your positioning here is really good. Like, you're just on the edge of the fight so that you can track people, and you can also bounce shurikens when you get in range. So yeah, this is completely fine. It sucks that it's just I do an intro, but it's whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, it's okay. So yeah, ideally you had mana here for like a track on the Bloodseeker or the Death Prophet, and then you can just like track the Death Prophet and then shuriken the Bloodseeker, but you don't have the mana, which really sucks, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but now you have Arcane Boots, so that's not an issue. Okay, that's fine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So yeah, I think that fight was fine. Like, this is your job as Bounty. Like, you don't want to just go in and, like, you know, go ham on people with your right clicks. You just stay back and cast, like, your spells like that.
Radiant's
So
top
Yeah, I
tower
was trying
is
to do
under
that.
attack.
Yep, it's good. Okay. Sort of... Okay.
Yeah, I got smashed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely want to be more liberal with your tracks. It's really important. The extra movement speed is very valuable, and obviously the vision is nice too. So definitely like be using them more often. Okay. Okay, that was good. That was good usage. Yep, that was good. Ideally, you got to track Helen Sarder as well.
Yeah.
And you would have, but you would have if you casted a bit sooner. But yeah, that is actually pretty important. But it was good. Like the spell combination here was good, where you track the DP and then shuriken the Sarder. So that was good.
Okay.
Okay, track that guy. Okay, it's really important that you track a bit sooner than this. Like any extra movement speed that you can give your team is really, really important. Okay, so your silence here. Oh, you were silenced this whole time. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
right
yeah.
here. Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. That's my bad. Okay. Also, ideally, you want to get a track on that guy.
Yeah, I was trying, but
Yeah.
I was silenced again, so...
Yeah, okay. They just have a ton of silences. It's kind of funny. Okay. Okay, serious silence. Yeah, okay. That just sucks. Not much to say about that, other than, like, your positioning might have been a little bit bad. It's tough to say. Okay. So, yeah, I guess, like, it's not tough to say anymore. So since Zeus is like so close and you could see him on the minimap for a while, you shouldn't put yourself in a position where you can get bolted, because at that point you just die if you get like arced plus Thunder Gods. So your positioning here was kind of bad, and you would have been able to track TP if you stayed a little bit farther back and let your team frontline.
Okay.
Yeah. So just know that, like, in most cases, like especially in, you know, big team fights, you're usually better off like way in the back lines rather than trying to tank, so to speak, or try to frontline.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay. Looks like Zeus ended up dying anyway. That's cool. Okay. So in this game, like, this is a weird scenario. I actually think going mech is not the best play.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all by any means. I think going for like a Lotus Orb might be good. You could go mech into Lotus Orb, and that would be okay. But mainly the reason is that you need some way to purge Amplify and like any kind of dust. It's also really good against DP with Spirit Siphon. You can purge Silence. You know, it's good against Zeus with his Arc Lightning or Thunderbolts or Lightning Bolts or whatever. Good against Rupture. You can purge Blood Rite as well. Like, there's just so many different uses for it in this game. So I think getting it either first or right after mech would be ideal. Yeah.
The problem is that I can't use reliably Lotus Orb. I mean, I always forget about using it, or I use it on the wrong hero and I don't get much out of it.
Okay, that's valid. I guess part of that just comes from like understanding how a fight is going to go, right? Like being able to, you know, predict what's going to happen before it happens. So that's understandable. If that's the case, you should go mech and then Lotus Orb. That way, like, you still have a good item to fall back on.
Okay.
I do think you should try to get better at using it though, because it's a really good item. And it's very, like, it's fairly common on Bounty. Well, common in games where it's good, I guess is a better way to describe it, but yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Alright, I wasn't actually watching this, so let's check it one more time. Okay, TP in, track the guy right away. Okay, looks fine to me. I mean, you could earn a little bit sooner. Like, offensively earn.
Yeah, I don't do that. It's a big mistake.
Yeah, it's really helpful. I think you should try to do that. I mean, I guess my only problem with this is like you stuck around hitting him too long. As soon as Puck gets here, you should just back off, because like at that point you're no longer needed to like bait him anymore.
Okay.
Like he's already trapped here. So if you start running away, you don't get bashed. You know, also if you earn, you don't get bashed. So that's the only thing I can see really. Is like you should just back off a little bit when Puck gets here.
Yeah, here I killed myself, but.
Yeah, I think he was gonna kill you anyway. So
yeah, I'm not sure, but I was assuming that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty weird if he didn't kill you, right? Like he just decided not to kill you or whatever. But yeah, so it's safe to assume. Okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So that's all fine. Oh, that sucks. Oh, whatever. Also, this would be an okay game to get a... never mind. I was gonna say you could get a casual cloak, but they have so much physical damage that it's almost not even worth it. Yeah.
Well, I went for a Pipe of Insight.
Oh, you went for pipe instead of mech? Or after mech?
Instead of mech.
Oh, okay. So that's not horrible. My problem with that is, like, it's only good against Zeus. I think mech would have been a little bit better. Basically,
well,
like
we already have mech on the Razor.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay, yeah, that's different then. Like now that you have mech, it's totally fine. In that case, pipe is totally fine. I still think Lotus Orb might be slightly better, but pipe is great as well.
Okay.
The only problem with it is like these guys have so much physical damage and not very much magic damage. Like Zeus obviously is all magical, but let's look at Death Prophet. Okay, so Crypt Swarm, magical. It's an AoE nuke. Not her main damage source, though. Spirit Siphon, pure damage. So yeah, it's not affected by pipe. Then Exorcism, physical. Then, you know, all these other heroes obviously are all physical, like even Slithering Crushes. And Blood Rite is pure. So, I think it's still like an okay item for sure. And it's good against Zeus. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when you're building it.
Okay.
So when you make this kind of movement here, it tells me that you're like you want to help the Razor, but you don't have any way to. So that's fine. It's good that you looked here. That's really good. But the best way you can help him right now is by going and killing these guys bottom. Basically, like he just created a lot of space, even if he didn't mean to, and these guys are now trapped top lane for a little bit. The fastest they can get here is by both TPing to the tower, and that's going to take a while. So definitely the best thing you can do in this situation is just kill the guys down here. Okay, so you do end up going for the kill, but not before OD dies.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The track on Zeus was a bit slow. Right here you should just turn and track if you were paying attention to him. That way you would also get the shuriken bounce on him. That would be big.
Okay.
Looks like he won't even die, but still, you should get the track so you know where he rotates next. That's really, really important.
Double damage.
DD, great.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Yeah, you get the track, nice. Now you can chase. Oh. I'm pretty sure you can shuriken.
What? I.
Never mind. Okay. So, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was trying, I guess, to use the shuriken, but no creeps around, I guess, or something like that.
Well, the satyrs aggroed like these ones did. I think actually, if you earned him and then shuriken, he might have died. He has armlet, so it's tough, and he can live, but I think it's worth a try. Like if you just run up, let's see. So like right here, you could catch. It'd be really close, but I think you might hit it. So what's the bounce range? Okay. Track bounce range 1200. Okay. So it would have been really close, but I think you should still go for it and try to get it off. If you shuriken right here, I think it will barely hit, and if you earned him earlier, he might die. Right here, he was using armlet. Yeah, if he messes up his armlet toggle, he actually dies in that case. So it's something to think about. I don't expect that, to be a common play by any means. Oh, do you kill him anyway? Okay, you just kill him anyway. So everything I said doesn't matter.
The point is, he stood like there, like it wasn't like the best play, so I shouldn't rely on that.
Yeah. Okay, that's funny. All right. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, if you earned him. Holy shit, that is so aggressive. All right. Okay, he's gonna live. But yeah, if you earned the death prophet, she would have died. I don't think it would be worth it, but yeah. Yeah, and in this situation, you just want to stay back and get as many tracks off as you can, and that way, like when the fight starts, you guys have full vision. You run really fast, and you can get a lot of bounces off. Don't feel obligated to just commit to this. Now, if you were to run up here, like just away from her team, then yeah, by all means, like get that shit, kill her. But don't force yourself to just go in like this, even if you could get the kill.
I believe the Pac had a pretty great game here, generally speaking. Like
Yeah,
he was
doing fairly well. Yeah, he's doing pretty well for an offlane Puck for sure. Okay, so this is all fine.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Okay, this is a pretty hard kill. You guys don't really have the damage to just kill him, so.
Yeah, in the end we agreed to that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's a nice kill. Okay. It's a little sloppy, but it's okay. Alright. So the first thing you should do is track him, obviously. I don't think you go for right click here. So if you actually just like, if you track him, earn him, and then bounce a shuriken off of Bloodseeker, you might be able to get out alive.
Okay.
It's tricky, but there's a chance. So I think that's the play here. It's just track right here, shuriken Bloodseeker, and then he dies guaranteed because he's Blood Rage, right? Like he has 420 HP. He's just dead. And you could also earn him just to be safe if you don't know. Then he's like really dead. So yeah, I don't think you go for the shuriken hit. But it's okay. I think going for this kind of play is good because your team is there. It's just like a bit greedy, but it's definitely worth trading your life for the Zeus. That is 100% worth it.
Okay.
Okay. All this is whatever. Yeah. Okay. So it ends up working out. It's good stuff. Okay, and you immediately TP mid. At this point in the game, you should definitely sell your Stout Shield and like pick up your Hood, or that, or get rid of your Orb of Venom, or actually get rid of both. Honestly, like the Orb is still nice, but it's not as good as Wards or Sentries or whatever, and also not as good as your Hood. So definitely, this is a higher value item in this case.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, earning your teammates, great. Okay. So my only problem with like what's happening here is you have no way to purge yourself, which sucks, but it's okay. You're not purged right, or you're not amplified right now. It's just a bug. But what you should be doing instead of like running around here is you should be trying to get information, rather than like this might sound weird, but rather than like tracking the person that's already in the lane from here, you should just like go and look for like whoever's behind him, or wherever you think that they're gonna go. In this case, like you might be able to infer that Lycan is going for Roche or something like that. It's pretty unlikely, but you know you might be able to guess that. But yeah, I think you understand my point.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so you can tell that they have a sentry here just based on that movement. Pretty surprising. Deaths like that are going to happen, but yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen
Roche
to
is
the
dead. At this point, you should click on the clock, like a alt click. Yeah.
Yeah, someone did it, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. You should try to get into the habit of it yourself.
Okay.
It's a really good habit, and it's pretty easy to do. So.
Yeah, of course.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Okay. Alright. What happens here?
Radiant's
Alright.
middle
So even before this, you TP'd in. Okay, so first thing, you should TP to this tower, I don't think. It's just a bit risky. Like, they have so many ways to just blink on you and kill you that I think you just need to, like, respect that and go to the T2 instead.
Okay.
Your presence should not scare them. They shouldn't be scared of a bounty just TPing in. So, I don't know why they backed off, but yeah. Definitely should be farther back.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Okay, here you should turn and track as soon as you can. Preferably much sooner than this, yeah. Like, when you're about to die, the best thing you can do in most cases is, like, just get tracks off. Obviously, if you have, like, a Yules or a Force or something, you can try to use that. But, definitely, like, try to get tracks off. Like, that will pay off. Or it has a better chance of paying off anyway.
Especially because I was hoping he would die from those
Yeah.
mines, yeah, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So there were a couple issues I had with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Like, all this stuff beforehand is fine. This is fine. But here you should be looking for tracks. Like, you should track the Lycan here. When you see the Zeus, you should keep running like this. You're lucky that he didn't bolt you. He missed somehow, but yeah, either way, that's okay. So this is fine. So you get a track off on Lycan. You should track Zeus here, and then earn Zeus, and then Shuriken Lycan. And this is completely different. Oh, you don't have Shuriken up. Okay. So in that case, like... Okay. In that case, like, you need to wait for Shuriken then. This is, like, the most important thing. You're not going to kill this guy with just right clicks, so... Like, you don't want to put yourself in danger. Also, I think you might have had Hood up when you died.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, you could have used the active on Hood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that actually would have been really huge. And, like, if this guy hits his bolt when you use Hood, then it's, like, it's a good play on your part, right? Because then you prevent it. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this is just, like, prioritizing spellcasting over, like, hitting people. Like, it's not your job to hit people like this, but it is your job to cast your spells, so... yeah, it's pretty simple, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. Should almost set your pipe. It's pretty good. I get chainmail. Yeah, at this point you definitely want to swap out one of these items for wards. It's just like, even though you guys have a techies, it's really important that you have some vision up.
Okay.
Especially now that Sardar has like blink and stuff, and like their heroes are getting stronger. Yeah, you just need to like provide better vision for your team, I think, when you're playing support. Even though Bounty is like a position 4 usually, like he's still one of the best heroes in the game at warding. Like, just because you can do it so safely, right? Like, you're invisible, so, yeah. Definitely want to focus on that stuff. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that was good. I have nothing to say about that. I mean, you could have earned, but it's not too necessary, so.
Yeah, I forgot always to warn people.
Yep. Alright, you should definitely go for this. You want to pressure these guys. Looks like he's just going to TP out, actually.
Radiant's middle tower is
I was
under attack.
hoping he would go there, but yeah.
Yeah. It's not
Dire's bottom tower
not a bad
is
thought,
under
I think,
attack.
but you definitely have to check to see if he has a TP. And if he runs into the side shop like this, and you know he didn't TP, then, or he didn't TP to top lane, then you can kind of infer that he's going to TP out. There's a chance he fakes you out, or something like that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, did he have a regen or something? Let me check. I don't know how he was just full HP like this. This is really weird.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Yeah. Okay, so he's running up. Oh no, he just didn't take that much damage. Oh no, he took a lot. What the fuck? Okay. I'm really confused.
Radiant's
Okay,
Oh, he
I guess
has a lot of regeneration from the hood, you know? The...
From the Veil?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's only 6. Oh, I guess like Aetherlands and... Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Aetherlands and... Okay, that makes sense. It's still like... It seems like a lot, but... I guess that's passable. And he also used 3 bottle charges, so yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Never mind. No worries there. Okay. You gotta be careful about tracking here. You do want to get one off, but you need to be safe. Okay. So yeah, this is like a perfect example of why Bounty is such a good hero. It's just like, this doesn't happen if you don't give vision up to your teammates here. Like,
Okay.
this is really good. And this just like goes to show you how good of a scout Bounty is. So yeah, this is a good play. That's your job. And you also get the track up before he dies, great. Now, ideally in this situation, you would have wards up, and you can place a ward like deep in here. You could place one here, or even here is fine. But yeah, that's definitely important, and that will lead to, you know, more kills later on. Okay, so this is fine. I really like your positioning here. This is really good. Behind the tower, so you can see TPs. Although you could just place a ward there as well. I know I'm like saying that so much, so sorry, but yeah. But still, I like the thought of this. This is good.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
You get a track off. Yeah, little mistake here. You should have tracked and then went invis.
I think I was thinking like if I track him, he's maybe gonna run away or something like that. So.
Oh, okay. If you were thinking that, then that's totally fine. I think that's correct. But yeah. Okay. No, that's correct. Good stuff. Okay. Good scouting. Yeah, this is fucking really good. This is very like high level stuff. I mean, it might seem like I'm patronizing you or whatever, but I absolutely don't mean that. This is like a lot of bounty hunters just don't scout at lower MMR, and this makes your team's fighting so much easier. Ideally, you'd be like tracking a little bit, and you just keep track of like who has detection. But yeah.
Yeah, I was scared because they had so many ways of knowing I was there, or Zeus and I don't know wards and sentries, and I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stay healing.
So this is the only problem with like what you're doing here is you can't help your team now. I still think what you were doing is correct, and your team just can't get initiated on. But yeah, I guess like the only thing you can do here is track and like try to get them off your team. In that sense, so like just track and see if you can bounce a shuriken or something, and like get them to chase you, something like that. But yeah, but I still think what you were doing here is 100% correct. That's what you need to be doing. I'm also not convinced that this fight is that bad for you guys. Okay, yeah,
I think it ends up being fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe.
Okay. So it looks pretty bad. You didn't use your pipe here though, and that's my big issue.
Yeah.
Like obviously the item is not that good if you don't use the active, right? So in this case, you should have just like ran right here and used your pipe instead of chasing the DP. You already cast your spells, and this might have, it would have like prevented your teammates from dying instantly to this. They still probably die, but they might get more damage off. Who knows? But yeah, either way, I think you should try to use your pipe a little bit sooner. Okay, so this fight looks pretty disastrous. I guess it's like 2 for 2, but it's the support and the starter for your 2 cores. So that sucks, but you know, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I used in the end the pipe on myself.
Yeah. It's like kind of a slap in the face to your teammates. It's like, hey guys, I still have this. It's alright. But it's okay. Alright, so I think it's about time we wrap things up. Okay, so key things from this game are like the pathing things that we talked about.
Okay.
So like just like trying to find the most direct pathing you can possibly find. So like the Zeus example here, where you should have just run across, and then the same thing here mid when he was running back to his tower. Other than that, I think like, oh, also the shadow walk trick is important. You should try to practice that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
I attack.
So you shadow walk first,
Okay.
and then you attack. So like you cast shadow walk, and then you instantly right click something. So it should sound like this. Like, can you hear my key clicks?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
this? Okay. So it should be something like that.
Okay.
That way you get the attack off. It could be like you have 1 second at level 1 shadow walk to make it happen. So you have some time, but still.
Okay.
If you practice it for like 5 minutes, you'll get it.
Okay. Okay.
That and just like try to carry around more wards. You know, after 10 to 15 minutes or so. And that way you can like, if you get a kill on this Lycan here, you can place a ward afterward and have some map control.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think those were the most important things. Yeah, do you have any like final questions or thoughts, concerns,
Well,
anything like that?
I am actually. I think this was already pretty useful. I mean, I'm not that good in carry in a roaming position because I usually never play it. So yeah, but sometimes you have, of course. So yeah, I think this helped me a lot understand some of the basic things, I guess, but that I wasn't ever thinking about. And of course the positioning and also the good stuff I did. So yeah, I can repeat those things and maybe the outcome would be different, you know. But so anyway, thanks a lot. I mean, it was very fun and interesting, dude.
Okay, glad. I'm actually glad to hear that it's fun because like I worry that this can be a bit boring or like dry for people. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, I usually hate watching my reply, you know, the analysis and everything, but it was fun, so yeah, thank you.
Nice, I'm glad. All right. Yeah, if you have any questions or anything, just feel free to Skype me. I don't bite.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
cool.
a lot, and I think we will hear from each other sometimes.
All right, awesome. Glad to hear that.